Hello everyone, welcome back. So last video we have understand about how to create functional components and class-based components. Now it's time to understand a new concept of React.js that is called props and state. Okay, this is very important concept you need to understand. So first of all, when I open a notepad, okay, so now concept goes to be React.js props and state. Okay, so first of all, what is meant by props? Props is a sense if you want to transfer data from one component to another component, you use this concept called props. Okay, so you have a parent component that is a root level app component, and from there I want to transfer data to its child component called message component. Then I use this props. Props is nothing but in your tag you have attributes, right? For example, image tag is there. Okay, in oh, props is nothing but uh, let me change to HTML. Yeah, you have an image tag. Okay, image tag contains some src. Okay, so this is a regular HTML tag and src is an attribute. Same like that, in React.js, we'll be developing our own components, right? In our own components, if you want to provide some extra attributes, attributes is called as here props. So some extra information you want to give it to this your custom tag, then src is for image tag, right? Like our own attributes can be given. That attribute itself is called a props. So this is very useful. And state is the sense the data itself can be maintained by the component. Generally in React.js, what happens if you want to create a component? Because our main focus on creating a component, right? It can be class based or functional. So in that component, how you project the data. Generally, component means what? A piece of UI, right? A piece of UI means it can be a card, it can be a table, it can be an image, it can be a diagram, it can be a chart, anything, right? So, for example, you take a table. So, tables data will be there, right? Design is fine, but data, the data can be have inside of the component itself. If a component have its own data by themselves, that is maintained by a state. Okay, and sometimes what happen, the data not exist inside the component, the data come from some other component. I mean, you generate data in one component and that transfer to this component to project. Okay, so the data which is coming from outside of the component to your component, that is through props you receive the component, you receive the data. uh, or else you maintain your own data, that is state. Okay, a difference is there. So let's see where exactly the props and state gonna work. So first we'll see the class based components and then we'll see the functional components. Okay, so first of all, mm, I close all this, but only thing is I don't want to mess up with this code. Can we take a backup of this code? Same like our Angular tutorial, we can take a backup of this code also. So in this, I'll create new folder. So React.js hyphen YouTube, not YouTube, YouTube. Yeah, the very first concept what we discuss is 01 hyphen React.js basics and also the CSS styles we discuss. Correct. So let me copy the source code of it. Where is the source code? First tab. In first tab, I copy everything except node modules and idea. Idea is a dummy folder of WebStorm and node modules is a huge collection of library. We don't need them. We only need the source code. Copy. I'll take a backup in here. So your source code is taken a backup. Okay, it just very less amount of space, some 720 MB. Fine. Now we can go and modify the first tab because we have taken a source code backup, so we can modify now. Okay, so what I do is, um, let me go to here. Let me delete this components folder because I'm going to change it. In app.js also I remove these two guys, and import statements also I remove. Done. So now what happened? Everything is perfect now. Okay. So your app component is empty and there is no components. Custom components are there. Okay. So how it looks like? Just normal welcome to app component. That's fine. Now what I do is I create one component that is what component you create, for example. Okay, let's say again message component. Okay, let's say for example employee component, employee.jsx. uh, okay, employee.jsx file. So I want to have a class based component. So let's say import react from react, and let's say the class employee extends react dot component. Okay, here what is there? ren tab shortcut. Okay, so it's not division. React dot fragment. I'll say h2 welcome to employee component. Let's say export default employee. Right, I got employee component, but I don't want you to write this source code every time, the structure. You can take a backup of this. For example, I create a folder called notes. You can create like this. In this I create one empty file, something called class.txt, class based component. Okay, just say class component.txt. I'll paste it because I can reuse the same source code. Okay, I don't want to waste time in writing this dummy structure. Okay, so I have it. Now what I do, I go to app, I'll configure employee. Okay, now check, welcome to employee component. This is your new component employee, which is come here. Okay, now what I do is in this I will write one card body. In this I'll say h2 welcome John. So what happened, I got a card with text call welcome John. So this is the hard code data of this component. That's fine. Now tell me, what is the benefit of the component? You can reuse the component, right? So I have employee. Now I want to reuse the same employee source code. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times I have pasted. So every time you paste, every time you write this employee, in place of that, this entire structure is gonna paste it in the DOM. So what happened? How it look and feel? You get the multiple cards everywhere. John, 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 and John. So everywhere John. Okay. So one thing is you can reuse the component, right? Instead of writing the whole source code, you can reuse the component. But one problem is welcome John, welcome John, welcome John, welcome John. Sir, everywhere John is there. I want my own name, different employee name. So then what you do? Yeah, what you do is you can provide some extra information. As of now, I take them just two. You can provide some extra information to the tag. Okay, for example, if you just write image tag, what happen? Dummy image tag will come. In the SRC, you change something, depend on SRC, different image will come. Same story here also. I want to provide some props. What is your prop? Your own prop. Because image is predefined, which contains SRC, width, height, those are predefined. But employee, customize our own component. Then what type of property? Your own components, your own property. Okay. So I'll provide some property. Name, Naveen. So see here, employee, I have provided the property. This itself is property. Generally HTML tags called attributes. In React this is called as a property. So I provide name Naveen. Okay. So if I say employee name Naveen, what happened on the UI? Still John is there. Naveen has not read. Okay, sir, how to read this name in the employee dynamically is like this. You go to employee. Here, this employee want to read your data, and that too is a class-based component. How to read is through constructor. Through constructor, you can read the property in class-based component. In functional component, there is no concept called constructor. Correct. So where you write a constructor, the actual structure is like this. Constructor. Here you have a props, and super also have a props. Props in the sense properties. Okay. So the data which you have provided to the component can be read through, if it is a class based component, you read through constructor props. Okay. Sir, how does this props looks like? You may read this prop. For example, inside I'll say some console.log of props. I mean this dot props, because it's a class base, so this dot props. So if you see props, what has comes in a console? So if you see the console window, you got name, right? See, you got an object named Naveen. Yes, it is received through how? It is received through this dot props. And also I'll say age, age 33. Okay. If I save it, what happened? See, name has come, and age also has come. So whatever you provide through props, it is read through employee name and age. Sir, how can I read them again? I want to just display only name, only age. How? Is like this. So if you want to replace, this is John hardcode data, I want to have a name, because you are providing a name property. So what I do is, in place of this, something dynamic. If I say this dot props dot name, if I say like this, what happen? You will get this dot props dot name, and that to hardcode data. Correct? I want to read the dynamic value of props. How you read dynamic value? And that too, it is a HTML source code. Then how you read dynamic value is, we have React.js expression. React.js expression will be there. That is like this. Simple double curly brace. Sorry, single curly brace. If you're using Angular, we have double curly brace. Okay, in Vue.js also double curly brace. In React, we have single curly brace. Okay, so what you do, you surround this guy with this one. This is called React expression to substitute some dynamic value. It can be props, it can be state, it can be variable, anything. Okay, so props dot name I have read. Now go and check. See, I got Naveen. Okay, sir, here you have not received anything because you are not provided anything. I'll say name is equal to Rajan. I say name Rajan. What happened? See, welcome Naveen and welcome Rajan. Both are same component only, same design, same look and feel, everything. Only thing, data differs. And where does the data come from? Data is coming from outside of the component through props, because this data, right? This Naveen and Rajan not resides inside the this component. It's coming from someone else. Someone else is providing it. So through props can receive. Okay, how it receive is constructor props. This dot props dot name. You got it. Sir, name is fine, but what about the age? You're providing age also, right? Here also I'll provide age. Age is some 25. Okay, how to read the age then? You can read the age by saying some h3 tag age expression. Tell me this dot props dot age. That's it. You check. See, name has come and age has come. Okay, sir, 33 years I want. 33, okay. You are providing just 33 number, but I want to display 33 years. How? Simple. Just say YRS out of it. This is hardcore data, na? So outside. See, 33 years. If you don't want space, then don't write space. Like that. Okay. So you can read. So one component can receive its data from outside the component through how it is received is props. Understood? And that too, we understand using a class-based component. Okay, fine. Now let's see the same props concept in a functional component. How it can read in functional component and how it is displayed. Only thing is there is no this keyword, only props dot name. Okay, and there is no constructor concept. Then how it is received. Let's see in the next video. Thank you.